Hey, what's up guys? This video is my first video on this MDX series. In this video I will talk about how to start writing MDX queries. I will start from very basic syntax and gradually I will add complexity. This is the agenda of this video. I'll first explain you prerequisites for this and subsequent videos. Next I'll show you how to start MDX query editor, and then we'll start writing some simple MDX queries. To practice all MDX queries that I'll present you in this and subsequent videos, you will need to download MDX 2012 database and MDX 2012 cube. So to download MDX 2012 database, just follow this link. This link will take you to this Codeplex page. Here you should download this MDX 2012 data file. It is just an MDF file. So once you download this file, you will need to attach this file. If you don't know how to attach a database file, read the instruction at this link. Once you are done with the database, you should download MDX 2012 multidimensional cube. You can find it at this link. Just follow this link, and this link will again take you to this Codeplex page. At this page you will need to download this MDX multidimensional model SQL Server 2012. It's a zip file. So once you download it, you will need to deploy the model. Here I'll show you multiple ways to open MDX query editor. So first you will need to open SSMS. If it asks you to connect, just click on cancel. Then click on file, new, and then select analysis services MDX query. Click connect in this dialog box. Here you go. Just make sure that in the database drop down you have selected the right database, and in the cube drop down you have selected the MDX cube. So this was the first way. In another way, again open SSMS. Here don't click on cancel, just connect to your analysis services server. In the object explorer, just expand the database node and right click on your database. So here select new query and then MDX. Okay, here you go. Once again, just remember to select a right database and MDX cube from the drop down list. So once you have configured your computer and know how to open MDX query editor, let's play with the MDX queries. In this video I'll focus on cube, columns, rows, cells, dimensions, measures, default measures, and slicer concepts. And in the MDX queries that I'll write, I'll mainly use select, from, where, columns, rows, non-empty keywords. So let's write our first and most simple query. Okay, select, from, and the cube name. So our cube name is MDX. To execute the query, just press F5. So if you don't specify measure name in the query, the default measure will return. So in the MDX cube, reseller sales amount measure is the default measure. So this total is actually the grand total for reseller sales amount. In our next query, we will return the identical result, but in the next query we will use measure name explicitly. So we will be using this query as a baseline, and here we will just add a where clause. There we go. Just select this part and press F5. Okay, so it returns the same result. In MDX, a where clause is called a slicer. Because reseller sales amount is the default measure, the where clause is not necessary, but it does make the MDX more explicit. If you want to see internal sales amount, just change the where clause. Just like instead of reseller sales amount, just put internal sales amount. There you go. The result is now 29 million, which is the super grand total for internet sales amount. This result is correct, but we have one problem here. Just by looking at the result, we cannot say if this result is for reseller sales amount or it is for internet sales amount. In the next query, we'll solve this issue. Again, I'll copy this query as a baseline. Okay, so instead of a where clause, what I'm gonna do is okay, so now it is obvious that the result is indeed for internet sales amount and not for reseller sales amount or any other measure. The important syntax change is the column specification that dictates what appear across the column axis of the result. So far we have seen only measures in the result set. In the next query, we will use dimensions as well. So in the next query, I will be using date dimension. So select date, and I'll be using calendar hierarchy. Okay, and from the calendar hierarchy, I'll be using calendar year level. Okay, let's see. Okay, here the date.calendar.calendar year is in the format of dimension dot hierarchy level. You can also see here. So date is our dimension. In the date, we have calendar, and in the calendar we have calendar year. So date.calendar.calendar year. In the next query, we will also add one more column to show the total. So to add the total, first you will need to add some curly braces, just like that, and after that just add comma and simply specify dimension and hierarchy without the hierarchy level. Let's see what happens. Wow, here we go. So you can see all the calendar year along with a total. In the next video, I'll show you how this is actually working. But for now, understand that date or calendar is in the form of dimension to hierarchy. So without the hierarchy level, it returns total. So far you have used a column axis. In the next query I will use some dimension member on row axis as well. Okay, let me use this query again as a baseline. So on column axis we are using one dimension, which is the date dimension, and on the row axis we will be using product dimension. So product, and from the product dimension we will be using product categories hierarchy. Or let me do one thing. So product dimension, and where is product categories? Yeah, so product categories and category, let's say. So product dot product categories dot categories, and we want to see this on the row axis. So on rows, let's say. Let's see what happens. Wow, it's a pretty good result. So let's add a total row for product category as well. So here we have all the years along with the total, and here we have all the categories, but the total is missing. So now we will add total for product category as well. So as I said before, you will need to put some curly braces, and then just add one comma and add dimension and hierarchy without the hierarchy level. So I guess it should work. Wow, it's working. So we have total here and we have total here. So here you can see for calendar year 2009 and for calendar year 2010 we don't have any sales figure. So if you want to hide these columns, what you can do is you can use a non-empty clause. I'll show you. So because we want to hide these two columns, so add non-empty before the column specification. Let's see what happens. Okay, here you go. So calendar year 2009 and 2010 has gone from the result. When you use non-empty before column specification, it will remove only those columns where we have null value in all the rows. We can also use non-empty before row specification, but since we do not have any product category with null values in all calendar year, let's try internet sales amount. So just add where clause, where as I said before, if you will not use where clause, or if you will not put any measure specification, your query will always return a default measure, and in the adventure database the reseller sales amount is the default measure. So if you want to see the internal sales amount, I have added where clause. Okay, so here for component we have only null values in all the calendar years, but for clothing we have some internal sales amount in few of the columns. So let's see what happens if we add non-empty before the row specification. Okay, so let me tell you what will happen. If you use non-empty before the row specification, it will remove components, but clothing will remain as it is. So as you can see, clothing has survived the non-empty. This is because As I said, non-empty will remove only those rows or those columns where you have null value at all. But if you have some values in few of the column or in few of the rows, the non-empty will not impact those columns or rows. So it was the last query in this video. In this video I will show you how to write simple MDX queries using select, from and where clause, and how to display measures and dimensions on column and row axis. I also show you how to use non-empty in row and column axis. We will continue our MDX journey in my next video. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you want me to improve the quality of these videos, content and presentation, or if you have any question, please let me know in the comment area. Also, please subscribe.